Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden. Welcome to a late night coding session. Um, I thought I would do something that's a bit more time friendly for people that are on the other side of the world, and hopefully you get to tune in. I actually had a lot of people that were saying, "Oh no, I have to watch the VOD now," but we'll see. We'll see. I did the no. Am I shiny? I put no shine makeup on. I don't know. Yeah, and I am using a vertical mouse. Good to see you, Nominate and Red Phoenix and Corned Beef. These all seem like names I don't see that often, so maybe it is more of an opportunity for you to catch me when I'm live right now. It's 4 a.m. drills. You go back to bed. um, but welcome in. So the plan for today is to work on overlays. Thank you, Default GN. You did not have to do that. The thing is, I don't even see I don't see the hype chat button. You should have waited until I had logs going. I need to know if there's an API for this or if it's just available over Twitch IRC. But thank you so much for the hype chat, the hyper chat, hype chat. I was curious. Well, here's a good sign. It showed up directly in this chat overlay, which is just reading from Twitch IRC. Yeah, so it's over IRC. I'm just hoping there's a tag on the message. I don't know, Alka, if you've had a chance to deal with it. And thank you, Drills. Thank you for the tier 3. A whole year. Yeah, so Hype Chat is the new thing. They just announced it today. Very similar to Super Chat. Though in the messaging, it seemed like it was going to pin a message like to the top of the chat. It's just in the thread. I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Okay, but as you can see, we've been using well, I guess it's pinned up here, and I guess people can click on it, but I thought it would be like prominently open at the top. Yeah, so that shows it. But that's fine with me. People don't have to click on that. It's not for you all watching at home, it's not expanded by default, is it? You have to click on it to actually see it. Yeah. But thank you, Default Gene. You're very kind. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah. So this chat overlay that's running over here is not mine. This is it's called JChat, and I just have it embedded in a transparent Electron window because my old chat overlay called SproutKit is broken because there's some code in there that's using this old endpoint badges.twitch.tv, which no longer works. So everything's broken, and today we're gonna try and fix that. And then also we'll look and we'll see if we can get that the tag info on HyperChat notifications, and we can highlight those in the overlay. That's really the main thing we're going to work on. I have no idea how long that's going to take me. Now we're going to fix the existing one first, and then we're going to talk about the future of SproutKit, because I really do like this minimal chat overlay here. So we could basically take SproutKit, and we could have the minimal chat overlay with all of our extra add-ons, like parsing of HTML and displaying country flag and teams and stuff like that. But having a fully transparent background, I think, is cool. And what's up, Brisson? So maybe we create like a version of SproutKit that looks like this. Something like that. There's a bug with gifted subs, and then we've talked about this for a long time, and this honestly might be where we should start spending more of our time, which is a Franker Faces add-on, because there have been quite a few. Where'd it go? Here it is. There actually, I don't know if it's a newer thing, but there have been quite a few new Franker Face add-ons that just get listed here. So it seems like it's very doable for us to create an add-on that could basically give us all of that functionality embedded in Twitch chat. So you could literally see your country flags and teams and whatever else we have in the actual Twitch chat using, so basically you would have to install Franker Faces, which is the plugin that I use to give me access to 7TV and Better Twitch TV and Franker Faces. But then we can have another add-on that shows all the other stuff, right? That's what I'm thinking because like this is more and more so becoming like the list of add-ons that people use. And so it's very easy for people to just turn it on and all of a sudden they get access to all of that stuff. But I'd have to research it and then I think in order to make it an actual add-on, we would need to architect things in a way where it would work on other Twitch channels as well. So that's what we're thinking about. I'm gonna check Discord really quick because Oscar told me to. Yeah, I guess that's the other option is creating an unlisted add-on, but I kind of like how there is already an add-on for showing pronouns, and that works on any Twitch channel. Like you can see Drills has theirs set to they them. Does anybody else have their set? No, no one else has their set in the chat, at least right now, but I have mine, he him. But that is actually a add-on called pronouns, and if you have it enabled when you're in other people's chats, it's this one. If you enable it, you just go to this website, you log in with Twitch, set your pronouns, and now any channel you go to, your pronouns are visible to anybody else that has that add-on enabled. Oh, that's really cool, Alka. I see. Here's the issue, though. I would have to memorize these flags, right? I'm not familiar with the flags, so for me, it's easier to see the text. This is cool. I see what you're saying. But basically, you can mouse over and then get like a tooltip. That's all right. I would do that. Okay. Give me a second. I need to look at Discord. Okay. So what you're showing me, Oscar, is that Whales, which is another thing for building desktop applications, but with Go, lets you do a transparent window. Is that what you're saying? What's up, Milan? Welcome in. Cool. I would have to, the thing is I would have to learn Go. Why would So maybe I want to fix the bugs that we have today. And then we'll have the chat about the future and do we switch to Whales or Tari or whatever else? But I think it's just like I already know Electron and I can get it working with Electron, so why don't I just use that, You know? I don't know. Are you saying that you're seeing hyper chat? Is that what you're Is it hype chat or hyper chat? Hype chat. Oh, Tari is Rust, Whales is Go. Okay. It's true, Josh. I should probably struggle through more tech. I'm not. I should probably join that. All right, let me hide my screen and get into this server. Also, maybe it's a Firefox thing. Like they're not showing me the hyper chat. Yeah, if you would just post the text, that'd be great because I don't know how to get there. Or if you want to send me the invite. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing that. I need an actual Discord invite if I want to go over there. Evening stream. Yeah, what's up, Rugmat? Welcome in. Oh, okay, it's in the Discord. Great. Yeah. What's up, excellent. Do I think AI will take over software dev and front-end jobs? Not anytime soon. It's going to be a slow transition. and it's definitely very very hyped up right now. Honestly, the hype is kind of dying down, but like with the release of ChatGPT and GPT-4, wasn't it GPT-4? There was a ton of hype, and it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. And I don't think devs will completely go away, but our job will change. Our jobs will change. Yeah, and what's up, USConf? Who says they were afraid to ask, but they're always wondering. Yeah, I think the way you can think about it is like it is just another tool that we can use to do the thing that we do. However, it's potentially a tool that can do a lot more than we're used to with tools, right? And by tool, I mean like Visual Studio Code is a tool. Like the Chrome Dev Tools are a tool. Emulators are a tool. These are all like tools we use, and then like we pick various libraries that like do a lot of the work for us so that we don't have to. All of those things, people have the same concerns. Like, oh, is this? I'm a tool. Come on. Oh, people have the same concerns. Like, all right, now that we have this new library or whatever, or even like think about like low code tools where people can basically build websites by dragging and dropping, or the newer like the stuff where people can take a Figma design and just convert it directly into code. Um, People are always having the conversation: is this going to replace a developer? I think it's going to replace certain types of developers, but personally, I uh, I I build things, a lot of things from scratch, and I know how a lot of things work internally, which not a lot of people can say. But I think if you have that mentality and you're good at just like figuring things out, or um um what do I want to say? Yeah, basically if you're a coder that actually codes, not just like a copy paste coder or like a pattern matching coder, which is a thing. But the thing is, I feel like that's those are some of the jobs you're going to see that go away first. Copy paste coders, pattern matching coders, they're going to get replaced very easily. But coders that do a lot of critical thinking and like custom work, it's going to be harder to replace them. Um, and I think over time our jobs will change. But yeah. So that's, I mean, that's my mentality. I don't know, but I'm unemployed right now. This is what I'm doing. So like, I, I don't know. I probably should, I don't know, find a job soon or something. Okay. Yeah. So basically that's all I'm saying. Understand what you're actually doing, and you still have time to understand what you're actually doing. I think a lot of people that were on the fence of like, oh, should I start learning to code now? And I think a lot of people chose to not learn to code because of all the news about AI and all the hype and everything. And I think that was the wrong decision. Like if you were on the fence, and if you're watching right now and you're on the fence, you should learn to code, because 3-4 years from now is really when a lot of these things are really going to take over our industry. Um, and if you already know how to code really well, you'll be able to adapt. But if you don't, it's going to be a lot harder. The current AI tools help me be productive on the best day and really throw me for a loop on the worst. The better I get at understanding its use case, I only see it as a tool as well. Yeah, I think, I think the other thing, if you're trying to like even understand what will our jobs even look like, I think we will more and more be code validators, right? So AI will output something, and it'll be our job to make sure. So someone's alarm was going off. It'll be our job to make sure that that output is correct, because we have the expertise and we can more easily think about the edge cases and stuff like that. Yeah, that's my viewpoint on it. GitHub Copilot helped me figure out SQL stuff. I barely understand. Yeah, I haven't even tried Copilot chat. Yeah. First, get off the fence. Wait, what do you mean, Oscar? Learn my language, move overseas, all employee. Oh, thanks, Drills. I probably won't do that though. Learning Dreambird for job security, the perfect programming language. Oh, this is an esoteric programming language? Very nice. What's up, Salahuddin? Welcome in. It's been a while. I feel like maybe it hasn't. Cool. So what Auka has shared with us are the things that are happening in Twitch IRC that gives us information about if a pinned chat has happened. What does it mean to be level 2 versus level 3? There are different levels of hype chats? Also, I think it's really funny that in the API they call it a pinned chat. But the official name is the hype chat. And for a long time, well, not for a long, during the testing phase, wasn't it called like highlighted chat or something like that? Primogen reacted to Dreambird and was rolling. Nice. Should I react to it? I mean, my reaction to it was it uses exclamation marks. Cool. Uses question marks. Cool. Yeah, my reaction is it's just another esoteric language. What do you want me to say? What's up, Esime? You sort of asked a question earlier. If it was inappropriate, I apologize. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. Let's see. Can I still lurk even though I am just a few states over? Yes. Oh, I see what you mean. Like you're not on the other side of the world. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's total. Of course. I was just saying because there are certain people that basically never get to watch because it's always like 2 or 3 a.m. their time, which is why I'm live at this time. Oh, I see. The level is how long it stays pinned. I see. Yeah, no worries, SC, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the lurk. No. Oh, look at all these screenshots. All right, so each level is like a different color. Okay, but the thing is, we're so far away from even implementing this. We need to fix my overlay first. Now, I actually do need to do a little bit of debugging because I think I need to fix my backend. For whatever reason, my backend is accessing this endpoint. So give me a second. Yeah, I think that was a weird part of the announcement. You can go to their help article and they have a table that talks about the conversion values. I think the main thing is they don't want to have real-time currency conversion. So they just have like flat rates that I think work in their favor, which is, I mean, it's their platform. They can do what they want. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that, Tank. We gotta fix our existing bugs before introducing new bugs. Okay, so my backend doesn't make a request to badges at all. So maybe it is my front end code. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'm not even familiar with how YouTube does it. I think YouTube just displays it in the currency that they donated in. Okay. Yeah. Well, I talked about it in the Discord drills. Check I think it's in the general channel. Ryan had asked about it. I'm such a small streamer, like it actually doesn't matter for me. I think ultimately the community here on Twitch is probably why I should stay, right? Like all of the other most of the live coders in this space are on Twitch. And part of streaming on Twitch is getting rated, and then also people show up to Twitch because they want to go watch some other live coder, and then they see that I'm live, and then they find me. It's a different kind of discovery on YouTube in terms of how people find me on YouTube live streaming, and also the type of viewer is very different on YouTube because a lot of the people on YouTube are used to watching YouTube videos. They're not necessarily used to watching live content. So the interaction with people that have never watched a live stream before is much different on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Is that like not a lot of money, Josh? $1 million Iranian rial? Is that how much USD is that? Okay, this is the code that we need to fix. This is the code we need to fix. because it calls this endpoint, which is deprecated. So this gets the channel badge info. This gets the global badges. And so if we go to this endpoint, we get an error because there's a new endpoint. And we can find it in the docs. Docs. Badges. Legacy badges endpoint shut down. And we need both of the, we need to update it to get both of these endpoints. Which actually, I don't think I'm even using. Does this require an OAuth token? It requires an app access token or a user access token. Maybe I can do an app access token. Wait, which is the new one? Helix is the new one, right? Or is Kraken's the old one, right? It's I have no idea if the response is the same or not. We'll see. Okay, Kraken is gone. Okay, so Helix is the new one. Moved permanently 410. Okay. To get an app access token, use the client credentials grant flow. This is the other thing is like we don't even have I don't think I have an app access token in my client-side code. Right? My client-side code is displaying Twitch messages from my backend. My backend is the one that has to do all the special auth stuff. The client side just wants badge info. Let me see if I actually have any sort of like Twitch client ID or anything in this code base. I don't think I do. It's all client side. Yeah, we might end up doing that, Alka. Like basically, we just proxy it through the backend. Like the backend uses its existing access tokens, and then just sends us back the info. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah, because right now there's not a single call to api.twitch.tv in my client-side code. So let's do that because my backend is already offed, and so like my backend is already making requests to the Twitch API. So yeah, that's a good call. We will create some endpoints in my backend code that give us back the badges. So first of all, if we just look at my front end code, there's a lot going on here. So I see we have a badge cache that we like a little serverless endpoint. But yeah, we have a badge cache that does it clear itself out at any given time? Why is this code so complicated? No, so it doesn't even because old CJ wrote it. No, I have a feeling it has to do with the API response. Here's the thing. We can look at the badges response. So it comes back with badge sets, all this stuff. We can compare that to the new response type. Bits badges, subscriber badges, global badges. All right, so the badge response item, title, description, click action, click URL, this seems to be the same. This part, and what's up, Chad? Welcome in. This part seems to be the same. Versions. Okay. Great. Yeah, I don't know why ESLint is complaining. Badge response was used before it was defined. Oh, these two are dependent on each other. These are like a circular dependency. Hey, what's up, Steven? Welcome in. Yeah, I have that extension, Stony. I think that's what we use to generate these types, probably. Okay. I might not even look at my old code, honestly. I might just implement it on the back end, and then the front end will get access to it. But I guess I'd be curious which part of my code is using get badges, and then what is it expecting the response to look like? So user info just has the list of badges. And then for every badge in the badge list, oh, I see. Based on the current chat message, we ask for the badges information about each of its badges. Oh, I see. Cool. Yeah, we can make this work. All right, so in the backend code, over here, this is a Feathers v4 application. We have a Twitch, we have several Twitch services. We got user subs, rewards, commands. We kind of just want to have an API service with a couple of I guess we'll just have honestly we'll have a badges service. We'll have a service where we can literally request badges by channel ID or for global. Porting to v5, we're gonna rewrite it if we go to v5. I mean, obviously we'll like bring some of the code in, but I don't think I'm gonna port it. I'm going to re-architect it with v5 in mind if we do decide to do that. All right, new service, badges dot service. Okay. Let's take, for example, the subservice. Like the subservice, I do believe, makes requests to the Helix API to get subs and such, but the service itself has a fine. We're just gonna copy this and then like rip a bunch of stuff out. So we're gonna call this Twitch badges. There will be no create method. This is going to be like a read-only, get-only service. We will have we won't even have a find. We're just going to have get by ID. And then if the ID is global, we return the global badges. And then if the ID is a actual channel ID, we return the channel badges. Yeah. It'd be a good choice for the next Friday project. Yeah. You mean to do the Feathers v5 API? That could be. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, DPQPKQ? Yeah. Everything depends. It depends on how much experience you have. It depends on where you're trying to find a job, because salaries are widely different based on both of those two things. A lot of times back end pays more than front end, but not always. There are some very complex front ends that pay pretty well. A lot of times full stack pays more, but a lot of times you have more responsibilities as a full stack. It depends. The answer is it depends, and you should just do some research. So if you search for job postings that have front end in the name or back end in the name or full stack in the name, you'll get some good results that you can use to make your decision. You know, exactly. I mean, I didn't even mention that, but a lot of times as a full stack, you have to do a lot more. You potentially get paid less, and it's kind of just an excuse to not hire more devs. All right, at this point, we need some API endpoints, and we kind of have that already. So we have this Twitch API thing in our lib here that already is ready to go for the Helix API. It has a client ID, it has an OAuth token. We just need to add another method in here for get badges. So let's do it. And we're going to take in, I guess, the channel ID, something like this. And so there's get channel chat badges and get global chat badges. So we'll have two methods. We'll say get channel chat badges. And we'll also have get channel global badges. And it literally is just a get request here. Like that. But not the full URL because we have the base already. So it should just be this. I think we can see. Yeah, so the base is here, Helix. And then we're going to be requesting chat badges global. And return that data. That's literally all we need to do. There are no request query parameters. So yeah, this is going to give us all the global badges. We're not going to cache it here. We're going to cache it inside of the service. But yeah, that should be it. So we have that function now, and we'll export it. And then now we need to implement the channel one. And did I scroll too far? Here, get channel chat badges. And it just includes a broadcaster ID. I don't think I need my ID. The front end knows about the ID. I think I think it should. And it's gonna look like this, except it doesn't have global on the end, and it has a query param of broadcaster ID. Thanks, Alka. Chat/badges, and then broadcaster ID is broadcaster ID, like that. But this is like that. Beautiful. And the data is an array with a bunch of set IDs. Cool. It's really funny. Alkabot does this and that. Okay. This is like way easier than we even thought it was going to be. This is literally all we need. I mean, this is just like, do we have a place where we're using like URL search params? I guess we're not. It would make sense to use URL search params in here, but we're not going to. All right, these two functions are now available. Now we want to use them in the service. This service basically gets turned into a REST API. So our front end is going to be able to make a GET request here to get those badges back. We want to import those two functions. Can you give it to me automatically? I forget. I think we're using require everywhere in this code base, right? Yeah, we're not using imports in this code base. We want lib Twitch API. Easy. And then we can just do something like the cache is a map. It'll be the ID to the badge set. And we'll say if this.cache.has ID, return this dot cache dot get ID. Otherwise, we actually request it. If the ID is global, then we'll say badges are get channel global badge. Well, that's not, that's the wrong name. Let's rename it. That's funny, Alka. It's like people discovered a bug and you're like, I don't know about that. Okay. Get global chat badges is what we'll call that. And then get channel chat badges. And then we set it in the cache. And then we return it. Easy. Otherwise, we get the channel badges. Cool. I guess we'll also try catch the. Well, do we need to try catch it? The service should just respond with an error if someone makes a request that has an invalid ID. This seems fine. So there are a couple of issues with this. If multiple requests come in for the same ID and it hasn't resolved yet, these should be awaits because it's a promise. Yeah, sounds like an issue for future CJ. So we await these, but think about this. There are two different chat messages that are trying to add badges and they both make a request to this endpoint. It's going to make two hits to the Twitch, or it's going to make multiple hits to the Twitch API until it actually gets saved into the cache. Really what we want is we actually want to store promises in the cache so that way we can return an existing promise. So just for the sake of engineering, let's actually store a promise in the cache. We could do something like this. Like we don't even want to await it, right? Honestly, no, it's as easy as this. Will this work? Because that puts the promise in there and then returns the promise. And then the next thing that requests it, it will be in the cache and it'll just return that promise. And then it resolves there in the previous one. Yeah, I think this is all we need to do. Right? Should we test it or should we just deploy it to production? This return this dot chat dot get ID. Do I have chat? Well, I called it cache. Yeah, I think the one issue is oh, I don't need to put global in multiple spots. I could also do this. That. And then, yeah, this whole thing could just be a ternary right here. But what happens if it throws an exception? All right, we'll do it as a ternary. If it's global, then this. Otherwise, this. I get this. This is honestly this is a good interview question though. If a promise is rejected, and then you try to dot then a rejected. So if we store a rejected promise in the cache, and then it's returned later on, would it reject again? I don't think it would, right? It would just return like undefined. Well, the cache doesn't resolve the promise. The fact that the fact that this is all happening within the context of feathers is what will resolve the promise. So feathers expects that if this get function returns a promise, it resolves it before it returns the response. If you await it, it will throw. Let's see. Honestly, let's see. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna call it all locally really quick. With Insomnia and see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna test it. We're literally gonna pass the wrong ID and see what happens. If you build it, it will throw. Okay, so before we can do that, we need to actually mount this service. So all I did was I created this service file in here, but I need to actually register the service with the Feathers app. So I'm gonna do that now. And for that, I'm just going to copy paste. Exactly. Okay. This should be fine. But we want Twitch/badges. And we want a Twitch badges service. And then we need to import it. Ooh. So, no, I didn't look at the Svelte v4 release, but if we take a break, we'll look at it then. Okay. Before you can get verify the API key, before you can find verify the API key, patch and create are not allowed. Do we have a not allowed hook? Like you should not be able to patch or create. Well, we didn't even implement the method, so honestly, it would just get a. We don't even have to. Wait, not that. This. We actually don't even have a find. We literally only have a get. And if you try to do a find, it should throw a method not allowed error. This is literally all we need. Cool. So now, testing it over here, I should get a 500 status code. General error. Well, it could be that my tokens that I have locally are expired. This is it a bad URL? Let me double check what the endpoints would be. Well, the not found was the previous one? Yeah, so this is a 500. Oh no, you're right. It's also saying it's not found. Did I accidentally close my chat? I think I did. Did it leak? Ah! That's a pagination token, the one that's displayed right there. All right, let me double check what the URL actually should be. Maybe it's not /API. Let's just try. Is it without the /API? Cool. That's what I want to see. So right now I'm not sending an API token for my backend, and so it's saying unauthorized. And this is good. I don't want random people calling my endpoint to get their badges. So now I need to specify the API key. Spacing on the error message? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Hey, it works. It works. So when we request the global ones, they come back. And then now it should just be instant because it's serving it from the cache. But what happens if we specify yeah, exactly. What happens if we specify a channel ID that doesn't exist? Oh, well, we still need the key. Oh. Well, that's unexpected. Does the Twitch API just respond with nothing? I guess it does. Also, I don't want the data property on here. I want to destructure data from data. Data.data. 123 is an actual user. This is what I want. So I just want to get back all of the global badges. Yeah, but let's just try like a nonsense ID. Okay. This gives us back a 500 status code. If we try again, 500 status code. If we try with an actual ID, this one, it gives us back the badges. Fascinating. More nonsense. Our code works. Our code seems to. That never happens. But yeah, it's as easy as this. We didn't even have to like try catch it or anything. It's like because that promise it was stored in the cache as a rejected promise. The next time around, it just returns the rejected promise. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. That's all we need. And then let me just double check my front end code because basically I think all I'm going to have to do in my front end code is just call my backend instead of calling the Twitch API. Um, yeah, I mean, I would be all for simplifying the response, but I think I'm already like doing weird things with the response here. So the disbelief of that working, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we don't get anything done here on the coding garden anymore. So when things work, it's baffling. All right, I'm gonna deploy this. I'm gonna deploy this to the webs, and then we'll try calling. You can't see my code anymore, but we'll try calling my backend from my client side after I deploy it. Okay. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, so there are people that don't normally get to tune in at this time. Well, don't normally get to tune in when I'm live at the other time of day. Is why I'm alive now. We got a lot done. You just don't stream that much more anymore, so you don't feel that way. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jules. I think that's the thing about the Friday project is I mean it's been spread over 21 weeks now, but it's just one day of work once a week. Um, so yeah, it's hard to put all of that in context. Like if that would have been just like a solid wait, well, how many? Yeah, a solid month of just like grinding. We'd probably feel the progress. Um, okay. Here's the thing. We do have a Feathers client right here. That's already ready to go. Um, and technically, we can just use that and do a get on the service. I think we'll do that honestly. So if we look at the services, we can just add a service for Twitch badges like this. So the client side code can now just directly do a get request to that service that we created on the backend. So over here in get badges, instead of calling fetch, we just call this service. Um, except, are we accessing the data property? Did it not used to respond with a data property? Yeah, it used to respond with a property with a object called badge sets. Oh no, the response is different, right? All right, see you later, Josh. Thank you for hanging out. Have something scan the services folder for a glob and register the service, and when it, yeah, I know it's possible to do something like that, but at this point, I don't touch that file often enough to warrant it, I guess. All right, do we get a versions property? We do. Yeah, it's currently 9:06. I've been live for an hour. Wow. Yeah. It's 2100, yeah, 21:06 is the current time. All right, the badge set has the name of the set. So honestly, we should restructure the response on the server because it should be bits, and then its value is an object that has versions, and then subscriber, and it's okay. So we need to restructure it on the back end. I guess we can restructure it on the front end. Honestly, I want to restructure it on the back end because then our front end code can remain exactly the same. But let's just update our front end code really quick. Because then I can do badge info equals, oh wait, Twitch badges dot get global like this. Easy. And then right here, this will just be channel ID. Like that. Okay, let's update our backend though. If we update it, we would have to update it here. We would basically say, like the badges is an object. We could reduce it. We're reducing it to an object. And then all at set ID is the set, like that. Is it the same thing for global? So this is badges by channel ID. It has the set ID and then an array of versions. And then global has the set ID and the array of versions. Yeah, it works the same way for both. We can make this a little reusable function. Format badge response. Format set ID. Yeah, it should be, right? It's this. Right? Right? I mean, I think that's what this is gonna do. Let's see. We're just gonna yeah, we can test it. Yeah. So it gives us an object where each of the badge IDs, badge set IDs, is the key, and then the value is an object with a versions property. And if we look at our types, oh, not quite. We want an object with a badge sets property that is an object where each thing has a and then versions is an object Is version supposed to have ID? So versions isn't an array. If you're still watching, Alka, do you have the old response type? Do you have any docs on the old response type? Like, because I'm trying to replicate it. And no, okay. Maybe I shouldn't try to replicate it. Because I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like an object. I mean, I could try to reverse I could try to reverse engineer it. All right, we're just gonna go. We're gonna keep our back end the way it is, and we're gonna update our front end to use the data that we had. What is happening? Oh, does that actually work? Is it actually on the web archive? That's hilarious if it is. Wow. Okay, well now I'm tempted because I was so close because versions would just be an object with each of the version IDs as a key. Here's the thing. I look at my client-side code. I look at this and I don't want to have to rewrite it. I don't want to have to like reverse engineer it, which why it seems like it's going to be easier if we do this. If we just reformatting the data is easier than rewriting the code. Right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go down this path. I mean, I feel like I can be done in like 2 minutes. So let's figure it out. Okay. This needs to return an object with the property called badge sets, which itself is an object. Badge sets has the badge ID. Yep. And then the badge response is an object with a versions property. And each of those versions is an object. So then we can do set.versions.reduce. Like this. Boom. Done. See, I'm done. I'm done. That's all it took. And if we look at Insomnia, like this. So now you have badge sets, set ID, versions, and then an ID for each one. Easy. Easy. Let's just confirm that that's actually the format we want. Yeah. I know you can't see this because it's like behind me, but I'm confirming manually now. So we have badge sets, badge ID, versions, ID, title, description, click action, click URL, and then we have the image URL 1x, 2x, and 4x. It's that easy. We can leave the ID around. It's not going to hurt it if the ID is still there. Okay. All right. Let me deploy this. Yeah, I like Insomnia. It's nice and simple. Though it seems like, I mean, I don't know for sure because I haven't looked into it that much, but it seems like Insomnia is gradually adding the same features as Postman, like collaborating on collections and stuff like that. Thanks, Swear Blocked. They're in my dot files, exclamation mark dot files, and then look in the bash profile, scroll all the way to the bottom. I'll show you in a second. They're a bunch of aliases. Well, I just don't want to show you how I'm deploying. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I did, but I just don't want to. And I don't have to if I don't want to. So, but yeah, thank you for that, Drills. I'll show you really quick. Wait. Since when is there a dot files repo on the coding garden? Oh, it just alias. It's just a fork from W3CJ. But yeah, if you look in bash profile and then scroll to the bottom, these are just aliases for all of the git commands. If you use Zish, oh my Zish, I think there's a plugin or it might come default with very similar aliases. Okay, moment of truth. We can start up the front end and see if it works because now the front end is. Why can't it find this? No path to module? Lib services Twitch badges. Yeah, but now it's just going to request it from our backend, which should give the response that we're expecting. Let's see. All we can do is try. So let's start it up. I used Windows in a pro context. Yes? I mean, what does that mean exactly? Like, professionally? Yeah, my first professional job was, I mean, I was writing C#. It was all Windows. But that was many years ago. No PowerShell back then? I think it existed. I didn't use it much. I haven't used PowerShell much. I don't know much about it. It works. It literally works. Check it out. We're back to the old chat overlay. I think I need to build a client. Um, you know how you celebrate? Hey, what's up, Moose Does Stuff? I forgot we rated you. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I typically do coding, and yesterday I did an IRL stream from a coffee shop, and then I saw you in the travel and outdoors category. Yeah, welcome in. Appreciate you. Thanks for dropping in. I don't really make bots, but a lot of the overlays for my own stream. Basically, most of my content is just me making things for my stream, essentially. Like this, um, this is a chat overlay that I for the past hour I've been fixing because it was broken. But it can do cool things like I can filter and only show the messages where people said hello for the first time, like this. Um, or I don't know if there's any first timers. Yeah, so this shows people who's first time sending a message in the chat. Um, and then we also have focus mode because sometimes I try to do work here, so I click this button, and then it makes it so that I can't see I can't see the chat as easily. But yeah, I read a lot of code stuff. Yeah. Okay. Great. We can check something off our list. That's actually amazing that we're only an hour into stream and we did something. We did it just like that. But this also has message history because, well, not because, but yeah, this. So like this message right here is actually a hyper chat. So let's do this next. So I should actually have some metadata on this one chat message, and we can display it as a hyper chat. We also could potentially show the hyper chats at the top of this window too. Yeah. Have you done tech stuff before? Have you done like scripting and terminals and stuff like that? What's up, Chad? Welcome in. You're one of them people that likes coding. Yeah, what's up, Archer Script? I code for fun and for profit. Um, HyperChat is a new thing. You run your bot off of IRC. Nice. Or MIRC. HyperChat is a new Twitch thing where people can give money. If you're thinking about hyperchatting, don't do it just yet. Um, uh, oh yeah, I forgot you can do things like this, and you can hype chat. I keep saying I don't know why I'm saying hyper chat. Hype chat. It's basically a way to give a streamer money, but it shows up persistent up at the top, and it shows up. I mean, honestly, if I scroll far enough back, it's too far back. It's not listed here. Well, it's not even pinning a message anymore. If you're on web, you might see a little lightning bolt. You can basically give money. But Alka has helped us out. So Twitch IRC has a bunch of tags. Oh yeah. Another term for it was pinned chat. Yeah, so it's very similar to YouTube Super Chat if you've seen that. But we should have these properties now. Yeah, but the message isn't technically pinned. Like it's at the top, it's collapsed, and then you can click on it to expand it. But it honestly should be fairly easy to get working in the overlay. That's actually hilarious. You show the actual money that the streamer gets based on the cut. I thought about like we'd have to do the maths, right? No, I guess not. So just wait, why is it 0.95 times 0.7? That's cheeky. Do I plug into the API as well? I've been slacking on that since they moved to Kraken and disabled all of my Argus commands. Yeah, basically, I mean, that's been a lot of my content over the years. Is just as things get deprecated, I keep moving to the new stuff. But yeah, I had a bunch of things that were using the Kraken APIs, and then we migrated to Helix, and then what we fixed today is these badges. The old badges endpoint got deprecated. So today we migrated to the Helix endpoint for badges. The my chat isn't a freely accessible web page, but it is a web page to be used as an OBS overlay. Let's see if it's in here. Um, yeah, I can get rid of this chat now. Yeah, this. So it's basically a single code base that has a web build that I can use as an OBS overlay, and then it has an Electron build that I can use as a an app over here. Yeah, OBS has a you can add what are called browser sources, and it uses Chromium. So over here it's running in a transparent Electron window, and then over here it is running as a browser source, Chromium. Yeah. So yeah, but here's the thing. So I want to rewrite this probably with Svelte because of animations. So at a certain point, all of our animations, we used to have animations where the chat message would fly in, but then that broke. Check your settings, FedM, or turn on closed captioning. Everyone at FedM and say, check your volume. Yeah, so we were using transition group with Vue, and it broke. It broke. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm just happy that we got the badge. We got the. Oh wait, are the badges broken? The badges. Never mind. The badges are broken. In the web overlay, they're broken. Hmm. They're not broken in the Electron app. I do other things too. Moose does stuff, but honestly, I think the initial popularity of my stream was because I was doing interactive things. They're back? Yeah, I have no idea what happened. They're back. They're back. But like you can see what Oscar is doing. Like he's actually embedding the font tag. People had a whole lot of fun just trying to hack my overlay when I was building it. Okay, let's see if we can get this info pinned chat paid amount. If we can get access to that and then display something accordingly. That's probably it, Alka. You're probably right. Okay. So we have a component, the chat card. And the chat card has a bunch of props. Apparently we're passing the color down to the chat card. So actually we want a different component. We want the wrapper component, the Coding Garden chat card. Because we figure out what the background color is here. And we actually should get access to this dot props dot message dot this. We'll have to update our type. like this. And then if we go back in time, is it red? All the way back in time. It is. Look at that. It's too easy. It's too easy. All right, let's get the rest of these properties in here, and then we'll style it real nice. What's the canonical amount? Is everything a string? Yeah, no, you're totally right. I should have a button to filter by hype chats. I should have a button to filter by bits too. We should probably check for this property. So like if there is a chat paid level property, do the thing. All right. How can I test this out? So I need to find a streamer that has it because we can also grab the color. Ooh, Sushi Dragon is live. Let's look at his. Let's look at his. Yeah, because we can grab these colors, right? Because there's like gray, and then there's like these gradients. We can literally. Oh, you can't even see what I'm seeing. We could make it these exact colors. What's up, Tada.js? Yeah, we're doing a late night stream for all the people on the other side of the world. But here's what I want to do. Yeah, Sushi Dragon is great. What's up, McGigglepop? Wait, seriously? They inline styled the div? I'm just trying to find what that background color is. I guess I could just use color picker, but I was hoping like if they have like a linear gradient. Um well they change things a lot. They change things all the time. I am honestly like because people have asked about like with all the new Twitch changes and everything. I honestly am getting worried. Like I think it's making less and less sense for them to have like an open API. Like if Twitch can control all of like the chat notifications and everything else, then they potentially make more money that way. Like because you know they recently released the uh, notifications that you can embed, so you don't have to use things like Streamlabs or Stream Elements anymore. And one of their they might pull like at a certain point they might make it so that we can't access the API anymore. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that they might, and then it'll basically become you have to use all of their tools. They don't really want you to use third-party tools. Maybe I don't know. All right, where did you find that, Drills? Paid pin chat message coloring level 10. It should be this thing, right? there a var for it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna happen anytime soon. It potentially would be gradual. Let's search for it. Oh. Okay. Let's make a little enum, or not enum. We can map the level to the colors. And I think it's gonna be something like 1. Oh no, this is level 2, isn't it? Colors with a U? Never. Well, that's easy. it's all there. It's just okay. What's the animated gradient? Coloring animated gradient. Where's the animated gradient? Oh, whoa! Look at it go! I didn't notice it was moving. Well, I would have to pay for it if I accidentally clicked enter. Although I wouldn't mind giving Sushi Dragon $500. He's a good dude. I'm not ignoring you. Stop it. I found it. I found it in the CSS. Here's the thing though. So we're returning background color. Where are we using background color? Can we pass a linear gradient? Yeah. Right? Do we have some CSS that's using the background? Well, no, we can't because we're specifically setting background color. But if we just did this, we can pass it a linear gradient. Right? Right? Yeah. We removed one word and we improved the code. All right. Let's see if we can do some editor foo. We're gonna have to do a little bit of editing. Like that. We're almost there. What do you mean? Did you do this already? Is that what you're saying? Did you give me a pre-formatted map? You didn't. I still needed to turn it into this. What just happened? Wait, what just happened? I broke everything. It looks really funny. Okay, first of all, these all need to be uppercased. Like that. And then chat level colors dot get this with the level. Or we'll just default to like green. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Is Rabazel is saying, how do you organize style sheets in your project? Honestly, I don't. So if it's a Vue project, which I've done a lot of Vue stuff, the styles go in the components, and I very rarely have like global styles, so they just go in the components. And then these days, if you're using something like Tailwind, then you don't really have style sheets at all because it's all directly in the components. I don't know if there's a name for how people organize like SaaS projects, but that seems like um, that's probably what you're looking for. Oh, we lost some. We lost our hype chat. Yeah. Can I share a comparison between different currency and chat? Like, you want to share an opinion? Go for it. But yeah, as far as I know about XQC, his contract with Kick was not exclusive. He's just getting viewers to that platform. So he's streaming on there every now and then. I see, Lopped. I didn't understand your message. If you target a really old browser, then you don't need style sheets at all. I think I'm only displaying the last 200 messages is the thing. I think I have search though. But it doesn't go. Yeah, this is only the last 200 messages. That was a really loud thunder. Don't know if you heard it. Oh, you didn't have to do that. You default to it. Yeah, but it works. I guess it works. I guess we want to display all the other info in there though, like how much you donated. You didn't have to do that, because we have amount. Hey, Speedstrat, welcome in. You heard that thunder? So I got a notification on my phone today that there was going to be softball size hail. But then it didn't hail at all. But it did hail yesterday. Um, Hail is when ice balls fall from the sky. I don't know if that's if everyone around the world knows what that is. But this time of year we get hail here in Colorado. A softball is bigger than a baseball. It's like this. You had some crazy weather there? Yeah. Yeah, the storms here were pretty bad last night too. Yeah, I mean this literally destroys cars and buildings and windshields and all of that. So I'm glad it didn't hit us, but there are other parts of the Denver area that got hit really bad today. Oh wow, Alka, that's a long time with no power. Um, but not like that. Oh yeah, so are you? Oh come on, thank you, Damon. You're too kind. You're too kind. um, wait, did that? Okay, maybe it's not. Those aren't showing up at all on my Windows computer. But thank you, I appreciate that, Damon. I mean, this is an easy way to make money. just dev on it. But we also need so hold off on your hyper chat or your hype chats because we need to add it to the notification overlay too. Yeah, the contrast isn't good. Hmm. But McBella, you're from Colorado, is that what you're saying? And that was the first time you got a notification like that? Let me see. I took a screenshot. I think I can show you all because it's scary to see something like that pop up on your phone. You can also see what my background image is. Well, I forgot I have a ring light. I'll read it to you. Emergency alert, severe, National Weather Service, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for this area until 3:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for destructive, okay, they said baseball, they didn't say softball. Destructive baseball size hail. Take shelter in a sturdy building away from windows. People and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Um, Never held that large, yeah. Okay, first of all, let's display the amount. And then we'll display the, I can grab the icon, the SVG icon. But basically, if um man, this code is broken. This code is very broken. But there's a section for the message, right? Uh Wait, why does it all look like this? That's better. Message here. Content. Is content a prop or is this a computed property? Content. This dot props dot. Okay, so um mm, are we passing the whole message down? Because basically, so this SK chat card component, we can take in that info and then display the donation amount like somewhere in the card. Because what I was just thinking about is do we just update the message text to include it? But I don't think so. I think we go into SK chat card and we do something with it. So like is hype chat. Like this. And then SK chat card now has a prop. Is hype chat, which is a boolean. And it defaults to false. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks for the $1 hype chat. Okay, and so now if is hype chat is true, we will display the dollar amount. How does it display in Twitch chat? right below the message. So right below the message, we'll have another span. If it is a hype chat, we'll display. You have to pass all that down though. I'm just gonna pass it down as tags. Yeah. What is message? This. Message refers to a type. How do we use a type in a prop? I see. I think there's a newer way to do this. This is some old Vue code though. So tags dot pin chat paid amount. We're gonna need a formatter. And then pinned chat currency. Let's see what that does. Oh, thank you. Wait. Okay, those are announcements. You silly moderators. I was like, you're giving me more money. All right, it didn't work. Do we have to give it a class? What does the message class do? Display block, padding, overflow. Sure. Is it not being passed down? Is hype chat was accessed during render but is not defined on the instance. Well, that's a problem. Is hype chat for SK chat card. Props is hype chat. What? Do I just have to refresh? I just had to refresh. Yeah. Would you look at that? But also, this is in cents. They didn't donate 500 USD. They donated 500 cents, which is $5. I need to format it at this point. Yeah. See you later, Lapta. I'm using a thing called Vue.js. That's what we were in. I would do the same thing, Codex, if I didn't have it. It's past my bedtime. Is it? I guess it's almost 10 o'clock. That's not really, though. See you later, Codex. Thank you for hanging out. Amount, parse float, paid exponent. Oh! We can use the paid exponent. Fascinating. Well, it's actually really common in APIs that deal with money to do cents. Like Stripe often does cents. And like when you store money in a database, you very often do it in cents, so that way you're not storing decimals. Everything is like a whole integer, typically. Okay, here we go. We need a formatter. I don't want to compute. I think we're just gonna make a method. Format hype chat. The only options are whole dollar amounts, though. Sure, but it probably has also something to do with like currency conversion, because uh, if you're doing USD, it's whole dollar amounts, but if you're doing why not a computed? It would make sense as a computed, but then I have to check for the existence of the property. We'll make it a computed. So if this tag doesn't exist, otherwise, chat paid canonical amount as a number. Everything's a string in the tags, right, Alka? Pin chat paid exponent. Cool. Formatted hype chat amount. Oh, but yeah, I'll show the currency too. All right, did this work? Yeah. 5 USD. Nice. Okay. What's up, Afmello? Dirty Mike and the boys. Nice. Glad to see you. Somebody also sent me the SVG. It was drills. So if we just put a little SVG right here. Look at that. You can't see it. Look at that. It's a little hype chat. We not do style fill or outline? That's too easy. Let's style a little bit more. So message dot hype chat. Or is it just that? How do I say a message that has the hype chat property? Or font style? Okay. Is that doing anything? Font weight. Maybe it's just the font that I've chosen. Okay, I see your message drills. I can just say fill on this SVG. For current color. Yeah, that does it too. It doesn't like this font weight for some reason. Well, we're loading Monsterrat in the chat or in the app somewhere. But maybe we're not loading any other weights. I don't know. Oh. I mean, I think it is my import. It would be. Is it really in the SK chat card? Yeah, I guess it is. We're not bringing any weights in. Are we supposed to? I don't think we're using press start anywhere. I think that's just left over. Monsterrat. Montserrat. Yeah, so if we select 400, it doesn't add a weight. But if we want 900, we do this. What's up, Fallen? Yeah, we're doing a late night stream. It's not doing it. Is it a different font? CSS2? Did I have that wrong? Whoa! That changes everything. But that's better. That's better. Okay, I'm not going to put the word hype chat. And I'm going to put the SVG in front. Like that. Easy. Easy. Did this work? 900's too thick? I think it's all right. I'm okay with it. I like it. Cool. It's fine by me. We're gonna put in the list of things to fix the background colors. Like we need to come up with our own background colors that match our color scheme. Who? Do I keep saying hyper? I don't know why it's saying hyper chat. It makes me feel. Oh, I didn't update my today command. Welcome in, Satan. We were today. We were fixing my overlay here. Um. Um. I feel like an old person that's like pronouncing the thing wrong. They did just invent it though, right? Hype chat. It's a hyper chat. Welcome in, Lisks. You're curious what this is. So I've been live for about 2 hours now, and I've been working on my overlay here. No, so this isn't sponsored. I mean, this is just my overlay that I've built. You can find more. Do we have an overlays command? We do. Yeah. So if you go to this link, it describes all the stuff that's running on my screen, and everything running on my screen I built live on stream, like this little game here, um, and and the chat here, and then this chat is also shared with this chat, and then I have notifications, which so I'm gonna leave. Before I go, I want to add hype chat notifications to my notifications overlay, so I'm gonna do that next. But yeah, all the stuff that's running, I built. You can see my old YouTube videos to see me build them. Although it is hours and hours of me just struggling to build this stuff. Uh, but yeah. And these days I use a standing desk. Um, Here I am, standing. Cool. A hyper train in a hyper chat. um, I think we should put that on the we should put the custom name paints on the list of to dos, because the name paints come from 7TV supporters like me. I'm a 7TV supporter like that. See. So basically, yeah, you could think about it like that. So when Stream Elements gives you a URL to embed inside of OBS or Streamlabs OBS, um, some dev had to build that. They tap into the events, and honestly, Streamlabs has their own custom backend that like relays events that are happening on Twitch. This is like that. This basically is this right here is a browser source, but it's running the same code base as this. This is an Electron app that's running the same code. And then honestly, I think I can do like this. You should see it pop up.
Here for some
Yeah.
lunch.
This was a donation from yesterday, but I built this overlay with the custom icon and the custom text to speech and stuff like that. One of the main reasons I built my own custom overlay is because when someone gifts subs, the way Streamlabs does it by default is every single gift is a separate notification. So I have code in my notification overlay that combines gifts into a single notification. Like I think if I click these really quick, maybe. Well, Fob should see that I clicked the button. I don't know. I don't know how to. Actually, you know what I can do, or can I? I don't know if I can. Oh no, that wouldn't work because my overlay. The only thing my overlay is listening to from Streamlabs are donations, because donations come in through like the Streamlab tip page. Gifted subs, I'm just using the regular plain old Twitch events. So yeah, it's not going to happen unless somebody actually gives subs. I'm not baiting you to give subs. Do not give subs. um, but if someone gives subs, it all shows up in a single place. I don't know. And what we're about to do right now is we're going to show hype chat messages in that overlay. So let's do it. Let's write some custom codes. Yeah. So this code right here is just using Eddie, thank you. You didn't have to do that. You really I feel like I'm baiting people into giving me money today. But as you can see, both of the gifted subs show up in a single message. Thank you, Eddie. You really didn't have to do that. But basically, we have code right here that's using TMI.js. So TMI is a library that lets us tap into those events. So when a cheer happens, we do something, it displays in the overlay. When a sub gift happens, etc. Now, as far as I know, there is no custom event for a... you know what? I'm going to call it HyperChat on purpose now. there's no custom event for HyperChat, but if we listen for messages, if a message has a specific property, then it is HyperChat. HyperChat. And I think it's just client on message. We can go look at the TMI docs really quick. Because really all we want is this, yeah. When we get a message, we get all this info. And then we can use it to display the hype chat. But we can reuse some of our code too, because we did a little bit of this calculation code here that formats the donation amount. We're gonna have to do that here. And at this point, it's just gonna be tags, and all of this will be dashes instead of underscores. Oh, no. Like this. Okay, so tags at that. And then same thing here. But we really need to just check for the level syntax issue. I'll fix it. Honestly, I'll fix it. Because these are all the properties we get on the message. Oh, thanks, Alka. The double brackets. This is VS Code. If you do exclamation mark theme, it has all my info. Yeah, good eye, Alka. I feel like we wouldn't have caught that. Okay. Cool. So that's the amount. And then when this will be very similar to like when someone gives bits. We'll do something like this. Thanks for the amount. And then currency. Username. Who? We only want to do all of this. Sure, I can put a comma there. We only want to do all of this if this property exists. And then what is extra message? What's up, Shack and Spirits game? Did somebody? Oh, you didn't have. No, you didn't have to delete that. I think they were just saying hello. Can we undo that? It looked like spam, but I think it was just a really long introduction. I'm gonna read it. Good morning, Coding Garden. I hope this day finds you well. My name is Max, and I am an aspiring game developer working my first big game called Gaia, which is about my daughter by that same name, and today is my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dragon Spirit. Sorry, um, uh, it was just a really big message. It sounded I got the same initial reaction. It sounded like you were advertising like your game or something, but you weren't. You were just saying hello. So hello, welcome in. Sorry for the, the weird intro, and good luck on the game. Hopefully it's going well. All right, extra message is just going to be message. Yeah. No, but I mean, you'd be surprised the amount of like weird chat messages we get from people just saying things, you know. Um, Wait, where's user state? Yeah, welcome in. Happy birthday. Glad to see you. Um, why am I so confused? This would be tags.emotes, right? Um, Message. Thanks for the money hype chat username, and then extra message, and then extra message HTML. I think it's just gonna be this because it's not gonna have any cheer motes, right? You can't put cheer motes in a hype chat. Right? Um, cool. And then when we're clearing the message queue, what do we do with the extra? Inner HTML is item.message. Okay. If there are no weird syntax errors, I think this will do it. Let's just double check our codes, but I think this is it. So if the message had a pin chat, we're gonna grab the amount. We're then gonna parse any emotes that were in the message that they sent, and then it'll say thanks for the amount, hype chat, user, message, and then if they give, oh no, this would need to be. At this point, we have a actual USD. So if the amount is greater than $5, we will speak it out loud. Honestly, we'll just, I mean, we'll say anything. You can give $1 for TTS. is that we'll keep it this way until people potentially abuse it. Yeah, that should do it. All right. Let's see. I want to pull up the dev server here. That's okay. We get the currency, the canonical amount, which is how much they donated in the currency, which I'm okay with. Like if you donated in something that's not USD, I'm okay with reading it out with however you did. So in OBS, it's a browser source. So in OBS, you can literally give it a URL, and so that's what I do. Like this server is running on my computer, a little HTTP server, and so I literally give this URL inside of a browser source, and that's the same way that like the drop game works. So that's actually just a browser source as well. If you do drop, it drops your avatar, and if it lands here, it does the thing. Don't I care to know how much it is, or I'll just check afterwards? Oh! Well, it's gonna say it in the overlay will say how much. The TTS won't say how much though. Like the amount, I mean, whatever I'm okay with whatever the currency is. I'll check afterwards. Okay. If you would like to give me $1, that'd be great. But if you don't, I'm gonna figure out a way to give myself $1. And the 500 or 100 also is also in the currency. Oh no, it's the currency itself. It's not the USD. But I removed both of those checks, right? So no matter. Thank you, Murdoch. You didn't have to do that, but apparently it's broken. User state is not defined. Dang it! Where did we leave user state at? I see. Right here. Whee! Thank you, Murdoch. Wait. Oh, I see. Anything under $5 is level 1. So, because this was considered level 1. Also, I think I have to completely refresh the browser cache. Let me just test that it's still working. Actually, it's interesting that, well, I guess it's not interesting. Streamlabs has not integrated HypeChat in the notification bar yet, which makes sense because devs gotta do it and test it because it was just released. But like this should still work.
Here for some lunch.
Yeah, that still works. Cool. Streamlabs hasn't been updated in a few years. I feel like they've had to add some alert functionality as Twitch has changed, right? I would think anyways.
Another one.
Thanks, Murdoch. It worked. It worked. Thank you. Well, it works. Yeah, it works. It's so funny how when we actually get things working, I'm so surprised. Um, yeah, we got hype chat notifications. Easy. Easy. I mean, I'm not going to do this today. We can add it to the list, but one thing we can do eventually is we can pin the hype chats to the top of my window here, just like they are on Twitch. Very nice. Yeah, we did it. What's the check for TTS then? There is none. So for bits, there is a check. So for bits, you have to give over 500 bits for it to do TTS. Honestly, I'm gonna lower that to 100 bits for TTS. Yeah, it's been very productive. We fixed the badges, we added hype chat into our overlay, and then we added hype chat into our notifications. Yeah. Oh, you're totally right. That would actually be much easier to check. We could just check the level. But no, I mean, these days I don't get donations as much, so might as well lower it until people start abusing it. To do, maybe require level 2 or higher. Like that. And I think I'll leave this as a comment in there for all of our properties. Cool. Cool. All right. I think that's it for today. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Oscar, but definitely give us a LGTM. Um, yeah. So thanks for your help, Alka, and also to Drills and anyone else that helped out today. Appreciate it. 'Cause that was a good time, and I think some new people found me because I don't normally stream at this time. So if you found me today, I appreciate you. Appreciate it, Oscar. Definitely go check me out on YouTube. Check the schedule. I'm actually not going to be live tomorrow for Listed, unfortunately. So typically I stream every Friday at the same time, and we work on the same app every Friday, but not tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a Saturday stream to make up for it, but we might just wait till next week. Honestly, we're probably going to wait till next week because I'm going to spend time with my wife and dog, so I'm probably not going to stream this weekend. But keep an eye on the schedule. It'll be updated for next week. We've got a lot of stuff to do. We're working on a mobile app for IRL streaming. We have more updates we need to make to the overlay, a potential rewrite of our overlay backend. A lot of stuff happening in the coding garden. And I got YouTube videos that I'm working on. So yeah, okay. So follow me on YouTube, follow my Twitter. We also have a Discord if you want to go chat with us off stream. And I think that's it. Jim, 33 months. That's almost the whole time. Thank you, Jim. You have a good weekend too. I appreciate you. But yeah, we're gonna go on a raid, so stick around. I actually have no idea who's streaming this time of day. But we'll see. We'll see. If you're a sub, you can use this raid message. Thank you, Dragon Spirit Games. Welcome in. Sorry for the mix-up earlier. Happy birthday. Thanks for dropping by. If you're not a sub, use that raid message, and I hope to see you next week. Yeah, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.